Welcome to week 9. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So this week, it looks funky. Hold on just a second. Let me try and get it so it looks a little bit better here. It's not cooperating, but what's new with Blackboard? Okay, so let's just look at this in the edit window. So this week you'll read Chapter 6, Technical Descriptions and Specifications, and Chapter 7 about instructions. What we're going to be working on for the next 2 weeks are the idea of instructions and how instructions work, especially in the technical workplace, and also how they worked in your life. So on Wednesday, you're going to do a discussion post about the state of instructions, and on Sunday, you'll choose an assignment and analyze the readers for that assignment. So let's go back and look at what those discussions look like. So the state of instructions is this discussion. And it talks about that, instructions are part of our daily lives. And right now you're getting instructions on what this week is going to look like. And you get instructions about how to do things. We follow instructions for the furniture that comes to us in the mail, or maybe you don't get furniture in the mail, to online instructions of how to navigate things. And so we're going to do one part of this discussion as a reflection on what's your experience been with instructions. And I am not an innate instruction follower. I am an improviser. So often I improvise with recipes. When I was 9 years old, I tried to make peanut butter cookies, but I forgot to put in the peanut butter. They were a disaster. So these types of things. Reflect on your experiences with instructions. And then you're going to find 3 sets of instructions that exist on the web. These can be instructions for anything. The web is notorious for instructions, all kinds of how-tos, and maybe instructions that have to do with your major, your work, or your interest. List their links and use the following questions to analyze them. What do the instructions have in common? What formatting features work well? How are the sentences structured? What comes first, subject or verb? What's the point of view? Do they use first person, second person, or third person? And then how are the instructions organized? Are they organized by how things are laid out, spatial, in some type of northwest, left, right orientations? Is it chronological by time, or by order of importance, what you should do in order to do the next thing? Post the discussion on Wednesday and respond to your classmates by Sunday. Remember, to get to the actual discussion, you click on this. It takes you to here. You say create thread, give it a subject, give it a post, and that's it. Okay, the next part of week 9, can you believe we're on week 9 already? Is choose an assignment and an audience analysis. This attached file has to do with one of the assignment possibilities. So you're going to read this process description. Assignment. You have 4 options. 1, you write a process description in the style of how stuff works. You have to look at the website, how stuff works, think of something you'd like to describe how it works, and then finally write an article of 500 to 1250 words or using a modified memo form that could be published on how stuff works. Whoops, I don't want to go there. Don't do it. Option 2 is an expanded definition, and you'll read about definitions in Chapter 6. And so in this expanded definition, you'll pick a word and say how that word is used within 2 disciplines or fields, and gives you step-by-step instructions of how to do that. Option 3 is analyzing a metaphor, and this is a metaphor within a particular field, especially in technical or scientific writing, and I give you some options of where you can find those. And again, it results in a memo. And then option 4, you can evaluate instructions, and that's where these are the instructions you can evaluate. They're for installing a tub door. Oh, everything is coming up. Ignore all of that. And so you will evaluate those instructions and tell Ms. Perez about what she needs to change in order to avoid a lawsuit. Again, it results in a 500 and 1250 memo. You're not writing this assignment this week. All you're doing is choosing which option that you'd like to do for 2 weeks from now, and then analyzing the audience for this option. So in this option, you have a Miss Beller and the How Stuff Works audience. In option 2, your expanded definition, I'm your audience. So you'll have to analyze me. In option 3, I am again your audience, which is kind of icky. And then in option 4, Ms. Perez, a manager at Johnson Plumbing. So you have to kind of imagine who these people are, what they expect from you, and you use this form to analyze the audience. It's readers in context of use. You've used it before. It comes from chapters 1 and 2 of your textbook. So say who they are, what do they need to know by analyzing that assignment, where will they be reading, when will they be reading, and how will they be reading. What are their needs, values, and attitudes? Check those again in chapters 1 and 2. And what's their context? Physical, economic, political, ethical. And then who are the audience's other readers, right? So it identifies your primary reader, but think also about who your secondary, tertiary, and gatekeeper readers are. That some of those are hinted at in the prompt. Again, look those up again in chapters 1 and 2. Those gatekeepers, and when you think about me, think about my job, who might be overlooking my work, those types of things. So that's what you do for Sunday. If you have any questions, let me know. And then you also respond to 2 of your classmates by Sunday. So this introduces the idea of process and descriptions. I'm also going to post a PowerPoint that kind of walks you through the 2 chapters. And that, again, will have notes at the bottom so you can refer back and forth to things as you think about it, especially these questions when you analyze the instructions. If you have any concerns or questions, let me know, and I hope you have a great week.